Iowa playing in the first day. Iowa State's been waiting for this. A lot of fans in attendance tonight from Ames, Iowa. And the jump between Ejiofor and Lexi Donarski will get things tipped off. It's the quarterfinals in the Big 12 Championship. West Virginia, the number 7 seed, with the first possession. And the first shot, Quinterly, the freshman.
Yeah, I love this kid. She doesn't hesitate. She took it and started West Virginia off great.
Iowa State, the number 6 team in the NCAA Top 16 reveal. And they get Naimir Dew starting things off. As we look at the starting lineup, Kari Nyblack is not starting tonight for West Virginia. Coach's decision. But Hemingway, Quinterly, Smith, Martinez will, and Ejiofor gets her 6th start of the year, and she makes the first shot of the night for West Virginia.
Nice. West Virginia moving the ball very well, and hey, getting quality looks, good looks, high percentage shots in the paint.
Here's a look at the starting lineup for Iowa State. Ryan, Donarski, and Jones, all Big 12 first teamers, as Emily Ryan knocks down that three-pointer from straight away.
Well, both teams have done what we wanted. We were trying to predict, Brenda, hitting an early three and West Virginia getting off to a fast start.
These two just played this last weekend, and Iowa State won that game in Morgantown. Ejiofor with a couple of baskets here in the early going.
Ejiofor says, I like starting.
She does.
I like it.
She only averages 2 points a game. She's already got 4 here in the opening 2 minutes. And she knocks the ball away from Naimir Dew. Hemingway has that one deflected by Emily Ryan. Donarski, who was named the Defensive Player of the Year in the Big 12, lines up. And that's good sign for Iowa State, hitting threes early.
Yeah, and you're West Virginia, you cannot go under a ball screen. It's just, you're giving Iowa State a wide open three.
Yeah, Iowa State is number 2 in the country in three-pointers made, and everybody that's on the floor can hit them. As Mary Martinez, and we have had shot after shot go in on both ends of the court.
Yeah, and you'll see here they're trying to trap the ball right here, the ball screen, but once it gets out of their hands, they're in a scramble.
Dew from the corner. And Morgan Kane with the rebound, but it gets away, and Quinterly will push. Quinterly doesn't have numbers. He kicks it out to Smith. Smith splashes it down.
Yeah, she's starting where she left off last night. Beautiful three, got set, didn't hesitate.
Iowa State starting 3 for 4 from the field. They've made a couple of three-pointers and a foul called on Esmeri Martinez. Let's take a look back at that three-pointer from Madison Smith.
Well, you see Quinterly attacking about 3 people on her. What does she do? Kick out to a wide-open Smith, who's really feeling it and is getting set and delivering that three-point shot.
So the foul was called on Martinez, the first foul of the game, sending Morgan Kane to the free throw line. This Iowa State team, this is something you do not want to do, is send them to the free throw line. As a team, they make 82% of their free throws. Morgan Kane makes 81% of hers. She made both of those. She subs out, and into the game is Beatrice Jordao, who had a very good game against West Virginia when they played earlier this year. She had 14 points in the first matchup, 7 points and 7 rebounds in Morgantown.
Well, Iowa State, anyone can bring up the ball. So you see Ashley Smith, that she's considered probably a 4-player for this team, and she brings up the basketball. That's what makes them so difficult to defend. Excuse me, Ashley Jones.
And she gets it back. Look at everybody on after the basketball. Espen Miller-McGraw into the game, and she steps on the sideline, unfortunately for her and Iowa State, as that three went in. Bill.
Brenda, that's what West Virginia makes you do. They make you speed up. They make you try to play fast, and that just stepping out of bounds, walking. That's what West Virginia does.
Bill Finley's squad has made 311 three-pointers this year. They're known for making threes, but that's actually a single-season program record for Iowa State. Jordow kicks it out to Ryan. And away from the ball, Ejiofor commits the foul in the paint. Mike Carey, none too happy about that. In his 21st season at West Virginia, the winningest coach in Mountaineer history. Was one Coach of the Year in the conference 3 times, 1 time here in the Big 12. Ashley Jones steps back short. Jordow with the rebound.
They just spread the floor out so well, and there's 4 people outside the three-point line.
And Donarski can't connect on that one. Quinterly steps on the line. And sometimes, Holly, when you play Iowa State, you feel like you have to shoot threes just to keep up with them.
They do, and it sucks you in, and hey, as long as you're hitting them, that's great.
And Martinez does just that. She's got 5 points already. West Virginia with a 3-point lead as we have to keep up with them.
They do, and it sucks you in, and hey, as long as you're hitting them, that's great.
And Martinez does just that. She's got 5 points already. West Virginia with a 3-point lead as we approach the first media timeout.
So here you'll see, yeah, they're going to trap, and they put Jones right there as the screener because they want her to pop out. So if you trap, they're going to kick it back to the screener.
Donarski back to Ashley Jones. Yes. Three different players have already hit a 3 for Iowa State. Emily Ryan, Lexi Donarski, Ashley Jones. They all 3 were selected to the All-Big 12 first team.
Yeah, and Iowa State's trapping on their own, too.
Emily Ryan went to the floor, kicked it up to Jordow. Jordow screening on ball. Nice little dish off. And Emily Ryan has 7 assists per game, and you see why there.
Yeah, that just makes it look so easy. So what do? You try to help over because she's driving to the basket, and she dishes off for just a great, just a simple pass to the basket.
Iowa State retakes the lead already here in the early going. 5 lead changes and 4 ties, and we're not even to the first media timeout yet. Martinez inside the 3-point line hits a face-up jumper. You know, she got into foul trouble early yesterday, and she was very quiet in that TCU game.
She was, and I'm glad to see her stepping up and getting involved early. They need her to step up.
Espen Miller-McGraw. Jordow with the rebound. Espen Miller-McGraw make that 4 different Cyclones that have hit a 3.
Well, what's dangerous, Brenda, is second chance points. You give up, if they miss a shot, you got to come down with the rebound. You can't give them second and third opportunities to hit threes because they're gonna knock them down.
Iowa State already with 3 offensive rebounds. Quinterly misses. Jordow goes to the floor and is called for a travel. It will be West Virginia basketball under their basket. 2:58 remaining in the first quarter.
From the 3-point line.
You can see their numbers on the year. 39% and 10.4 three-pointers made per game are both second in the NCAA. We mentioned earlier the 311 that they've hit this year are a school record, and that's hard to break school records in three-pointers made at Iowa State. As Savannah Samuel is into the game for West Virginia, she draws the Mountaineers within 1.
Great player movement. Iowa State does a great job of containing.
Ashley Jones splashing down another three.
Yeah, and Coach Carey's not going to be happy about it. He's a strong defensive team, and his players, they know to identify who shoots the three. Pretty much everybody on Iowa State's team.
Well, West Virginia flexed its muscles defensively against TCU yesterday and held the Horned Frogs to just 5 points in the first quarter. It's a little different story when you play the high-powered offense of Iowa State.
Yeah, and I don't know if West Virginia wants to get caught up in shooting threes. It's really not their game.
Yeah, West Virginia only makes 4.6 three-pointers a game. Typically, Iowa State makes over 10 as the block inside by Morris. Madison Smith short on that, but it's a tendency. Just watching Iowa State over the years, people think they have to shoot threes to keep up with them.
Yeah, and West Virginia, they have the ability to defend, and so which gives you easy shots. But they can't get caught up in the three-point shooting contest. They're going to lose that battle.
Yeah, they're 1 for 6 so far. Ashley Jones short on that attempt.
Yeah, that was solid defense. You got to get a hand up in her face. You can't let her get into rhythm.
1 minute left in the first quarter. It's our third quarterfinal of the day. Oklahoma and Baylor advance to the semifinals in the other side of the bracket as Martinez battling tough. She's got 9 points already for West Virginia.
Yeah, go inside. That's the way they're going to score. Just player movement. Don't go one-on-one. You can't go one-on-one with Iowa State. They played solid defense. They keep the ball in front of them, so it's really tough to get a direct drive to the basket.
And we haven't seen Kari Nyblack at all for West Virginia. She didn't start, which we were told is a coach's decision, but she has not been in the game yet for West Virginia. And we've already seen Yamira Morris and other players getting extra playing time in her place.
So here's the ball screen here, and just watch, see if, yeah, just going to penetrate, try to kick.
And at the buzzer, Lexi Donarski not able to score it, but Iowa State leading 21-19. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you.
Got 9 in the first quarter. She's doing it. They're finding her. She's moving. They're finding her with the basketball. She's moving. She's taking great shots. She's helping her team stay close.
Getting a little bit of a rest here to start the second quarter of play. We still haven't seen Kari Nyblack, who did not start in this game and did not play the entire first quarter. Ashley Jones fouled by Yamaya Morris on the drive, so it will send Ashley Jones to the free throw line.
So, Brenda, Iowa State shoots the ball so well from the free throw line that they don't, well, they're not, they don't put anybody on the free throw line. So we'll see it the next time they go to the line.
And there was a shot of Kari Nyblack on the bench, has not played yet. All we've been told is it's a coach's decision. Jordow short-armed that one, but on the rebound attempt, I believe she was fouled again by Morris, so that will be, that's a second foul for Morris. So that brings Ejiofor back into the game for Morris. And the nice inbounds play sets up Donarski.
Just clockwork. Just, it was just a basket cut, I think. I mean, it happened so fast. Yeah, West Virginia can't get, the ball cannot get stuck in their hands. They've got them player movement and ball movement.
A zone look for Iowa State. And Quinterly still casting it up from the perimeter. She's 1 for 5 from the floor so far, hasn't hit a three-pointer.
We can't go into the screen.
Ashley Jones.
Yeah, that's like a layup for her.
I mean, it really is. I've seen her in games where it's as easy as a layup for her to hit the threes.
Well, there's no telling how many threes that she's gotten to get to this, she's taken to get to this point.
And another long-range shot missed by West Virginia. They're getting sucked into trying to match Iowa State 3 for 3. The dump off to Jordow. Didn't have anywhere to go, and then she steps on the baseline. But Ashley Jones, you cannot go under the screen.
Come on, you know that, West Virginia. This is a layup for her. Look, she just said if she could, she'd put her thumb up there and lined it up. She's so darn good.
Ari Gray, the transfer from Xavier, typically a good defensive player, just went under the screen and allowed way too easy of a shot from Jones.
Yeah, and that's what West Virginia prides themselves, is their defense. It's like physical for 40, and it is physical, and they've just got to get back to playing tough defense.
Smith tries to step into a jumper. A couple of mid-range jumpers that time for West Virginia. They can't get him to go. Espen Miller-McGraw gets into the vision of Ashley Jones, but can't connect.
Just got wide open. Ashley Jones just draws so many people.
And a foul called, so finally a shot in the paint for West Virginia, and what happens?
Yeah, corner, that's what you do. Attack. You move. You go in and attack the basket, make them commit. So she just comes in and splits the defense.
Not a lot of contact there, but Emily Ryan called for the foul.
And Quinterly sold it. Sometimes you gotta sell it, and Quinterly sold it.
Quinterly has been playing really well lately. She's had a tough start here, 2 for 7, but she completes a three-point play, and she'll take a rest for West Virginia. Backdoor attempt. That just wasn't a strong enough pass.
This is a rare turnover that Iowa State has.
And Donarski picks up the blocking foul as Hemingway takes it at her.
Well, both teams want this fast, but West Virginia wants to score fast in transition. If not, they want to use the clock. They want to use the clock to get a good look. And for them, a good look right now is in the paint.
It's the first foul on Donarski, who was named the Defensive Player of the Year by the coaches this past weekend. And now she's defending Madison Smith. They switch. Ejiofor, boy, she's knocked down a few face-up jumpers tonight.
She has, and they're not close range. She's stepping out far. She's hit some big shots.
And she's 3 for 3 from the field. 6 points for West Virginia.
Yeah, and you see they're trying to push up Ashley Jones with Smith guarding them.
Another nice assist from Emily Ryan to Morgan Kane.
You just can't help off your play. You got to guard one-on-one. Iowa State, you got to guard one-on-one, because if you help, they're going to find a seam and they're going to deliver that pass.
Smith from the top of the key. Aubrey Jones is in the game. She was defending Smith. Here comes Ryan. Aubrey Jones. Short. Samuel fights for the rebound.
And West Virginia needs to come out. Well, set it up and get a good look.
A jump ball will stay possession arrow West Virginia.
So you've got to guard Iowa State.
Emily Ryan with 3 points and 4 assists for Bill Fenley. The first time these two met earlier this year, Emily Ryan almost had a triple-double. She had 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 16 assists when they met in Ames. And a travel called on Quinterly. You know, it's interesting. West Virginia and Iowa State played in the first Big 12 matchup of the year early in January, on January 2nd, and then they played in the very last game of Big 12 regular season play on March 5th. So it was over 2 months in between the times that they played in the regular season, and now they turn around and they play within a week here in the Big 12 championship quarterfinals.
Well, they're familiar with each other right now.
Aubrey Jones lines it up, you bet. Five different Cyclones have knocked down a three-pointer.
West Virginia just move the ball, be patient.
Jones knocked it away from Ejiofor, looked like with her shoulder. And then Hemingway picks up a foul. Let's look back at that three-pointer by Aubrey Jones.
Well, Aubrey says, I got to get into the action here, and so much help side, and what do they do? Skip the ball, and she's just wide open.
7-point lead for Iowa State, tied for their biggest lead of the game. Emily Ryan picks up her dribble. Quinterly dives on the floor. They're gonna call the foul on Quinterly, I believe. Iowa State leading West Virginia 31-24. The Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship. They're having some great contests, a little granny shot action, a little underhanded toss, and we had a big winner during the last time out.
He was spot on. That was old school.
That's right. Under the basket, wide open, Aubrey Jones delivers to Jordow.
Yeah, it's one-on-one. It is just one-on-one basketball with Iowa State, and you just got to play. Don't let your player score. And if you switch, then that's your player.
Biggest lead of the game for the Cyclones. Quinterly still hasn't hit a three. Big rebound for Hemingway. And Ashley Jones comes away with it. Ashley Jones with 9 points. All three of her made shots are from beyond the arc. This one is of the 2-point variety.
Yeah, well, they just cleared. Five people were out above the three-point line. And that's just, Jordow came out to set a screen. Ashley rejected it, shot a wide-open layup. They just play so well together.
Smith stopped. Ejiofor, no.
Yeah, that's West Virginia done. Ejiofor's done a great job of facing up, but not that far out.
Jones looked like she might have split her foot, but she kicks it out to Donarski for another three. Iowa State is 8 of 15 from three-point.
Doesn't have to go catch the ball out of where their pocket is. They deliver the ball, and it's an immediately shot.
10 assists for Iowa State on 14 made baskets, to your point, Holly.
Yeah.
That's Holly Warlick. I'm Brenda Van Langen. Glad to be with you here at the quarterfinals of the Phillips 66 Big 12 Women's Basketball Championship. Morgan Kane commits the foul inside. Earlier today, the top half of the bracket semifinal was set. Oklahoma beat Kansas in the 4-5 matchup. Baylor dominated Oklahoma State, so that takes care of that side of the bracket. The winner of this game will play the winner of Kansas State and Texas that will be played right after this game.
We have some great basketball today and great basketball to come.
Samuel, and again, just so many three-point attempts. Now it's 1 for 11 for West Virginia.
Yeah, I wanted Maddie, just go, you make that play. You go shoot the layup.
And there, you can see all of the players for Iowa State are outside the three-point line.
Yeah, West Virginia's picked up their defense here, so The timeout was a good timeout by Mike Carey.
Morgan Kane faces up too strong, and Martinez grabs the board.
And that's the shot West Virginia's going to give them that shot. West Virginia needs to capitalize it down here.
Ari Gray was inside the paint, but just barely. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Ashley Jones flips it up. And Quinterly able to get the shot to go in. Kari Nyblack still on the bench, has not played in this game, didn't start. The only explanation we got is coach's decision, so we'll see if she gets in today. We do have a great feature on her coming up at halftime, so you get to know her a little bit better. And I have a feeling if she's back in the second half, you'll see a full of that pent-up energy from Kari Nyblack.
Yeah, I love how she plays. She plays hard. She plays with passion. She goes, and she dominates the boards. And West Virginia needs her presence inside.
And a travel by Donarski as she tries to weave through the defenders.
There you go.
And that's what happens when you drive it. Savannah Samuel scores.
Yeah, Samuel, good attack. Just moved the ball, went side to side, and then went right towards the basket.
So West Virginia's drawn it within 10. I'm sure they'd like to get it to single digits here before halftime, but Ashley Jones stays with it. 3 attempts at the basket, and Iowa State wasn't able to score.
Well, I love the officials are letting them play. And in the past, that would have been called a foul, just a touch foul, but they're really letting them play inside.
Hemingway misses from long range. It's 1 for 12 from beyond the arc for the Mountaineers. It's a little different story, though, for Iowa State. They're now 9 of 16. That's Donarski's third.
Yeah, West Virginia's just got to get back and get matched up.
Gray takes it at Jordow. And the shot clock is off, so the bench and Bill Finley, the bench for Iowa State, says wait and get the last shot of the half. Here comes the double. From the logo, just short for Emily Ryan. But what a half for Iowa State as they go 9 of 17 from distance to take the 41. Tina's had 9 points in the first quarter. She still has 9 points, so she's been held in check. Ashley Jones with 11 points, 3 3-pointers. As we look at Emily Ryan and her leadership, but when you look at the 3-pointers made by West Virginia in the first round, they made 7 in the first round win over TCU, but just 1 made against Iowa State tonight.
Just not shooting the ball well from the arc, and just keep shooting it. And
I'm kind of surprised. Coming out of the halftime locker room, I would think that Mike Carey would have said, stop shooting the 3.
Well, I'm sure he did. I think he wants a lot of ball movement, try to get to the basket. They got to get second chance points too, Brenda. Iowa State is packing it in. So Iowa State wants West Virginia to shoot the 3 ball. And West Virginia is falling right into that.
On the other end, 9 3-pointers made for Iowa State in the first half. 10, that's the 16th time this year that Iowa State has made at least 10 3-pointers in a game.
Wow. Well, you know what they're doing. It's no secret. That's their style. That's what they do. And they're going to keep doing it because it wins.
Closing in to get the steal. Ashley Jones and Ejiofor slow to get up in the backcourt. Emily Ryan all the way to the rim. And she's fouled by Quinterly. A little shot to the side of the head is the indication from the official.
Well, you talk about their ability to score, but this is from a steal. They really have stifling defense, and it's very deceptive. And so they come down. West Virginia, they're not matched up. All right, and so she just attacks. Just hesitates a little bit and just gets hit on the side of the head. So earlier, Brenda, I talked about Iowa State. They're so confident in their free throw shooting, they don't put anybody on there. Listen, when I shot, they put 10 people on there.
It was all about the offensive rebound, huh?
Yeah, my mom used to close her eyes when I went to the free throw line. I could play for Iowa State.
I bet they could have worked into the rotation.
Well, I was a good facilitator, I think. I knew who to throw the ball to. There's a lot of people out here I would throw the ball to. So it's like nobody's in the paint right now. It's just so spread out.
Kick over to Donarski. Donarski has it poked away from behind. Martinez ahead to Quinterly. Doesn't have numbers and forced it.
Yeah. Just pull it back out. I mean, that's a missed opportunity. They're working so hard, West Virginia, on the defensive end. You got to be rewarded.
They turn their head there, and Morgan Kane wide open under the basket.
Beautiful pass.
If you were watching during our halftime segment, Bill Finley talked about the fact that all of his good teams over the years have had that reliable post presence, and Iowa State has kind of that combo in Beatrice Jordow, and Morgan Kane. Their numbers combined are just a real boost and a real compliment for all the guard play that Iowa State has.
Well, one good thing, if you have a solid inside, sets the screens and frees people open and rebounds. I mean, it's a good combination. Iowa State is a great combination going, and everybody understands their roles.
Quinterly didn't have a great first half shooting. She was 3 for 9 from the field, so it's a good start for her here in the second half.
Really?
Spinning to the opposite side. And Ryan able to get it back. 2 from 3.
Yeah, West Virginia just clean it up. Just clean it up.
Martinez posting up Ashley Jones, just muscles her way in there, goes with her left hand and scores.
Yeah, you don't think Mike Carey went in and said, get the ball inside? But we're shooting in the paint. He's been doing this way too long to let his kids just keep firing it up from the three-point line.
Martinez now in double figures, leading the way. She has 11 points. She's followed by Quinterly with 9. And let's look back. This is the first basket for Esmeri Martinez since the first quarter.
Yeah, they just did a little screen and roll. And what they do, they've got height on Ashley Jones. And it didn't go, but she powers it back up. So that's their game plan, and that's what they need to do.
They came out shooting 50%, 9 of 18 from the field, but only 4 for 17 in the second quarter.
Yeah, and a lot of those were 1 for 12 from the three-point line.
Martinez cleared a little space on Ashley Jones. The back-to-back baskets for Martinez.
Nice.
Donarski with a little floater. Madison Smith and Donarski fighting for it. Those are two great competitors in this league. It will stay on this end. 6 different players for Iowa State. And when you, as they take care of looks like a little blood issue with Donarski. Donarski has 3 3-pointers. Ashley Jones has 3 3-pointers. And everybody else but the post players has 1. The zip pass by Ryan over to Ashley Jones, just short.
They just handled that trap. They know what to do coming out of a trap. Just didn't finish the play.
Ari Gray straight away.
I like that shot by Ari Gray, but we've got a rebound.
Giordano with 7 rebounds. You talked about Iowa State taking care of the basketball. They're one of the best in the country. Just 12 turnovers per game.
Yeah, and Brendan, they play at a high rate of speed. I mean, they don't, as she turns it over.
Turns it over there. But that happens against West Virginia. Iowa State with the 15-point lead in the third quarter.
Defensive end, West Virginia is having to help, and they're kicking out, and they're wide open, and they're making it, they're knocking shots down.
10 of 20 is Iowa State from three-point range. 8 of 20 from two-point range. J.J. Quinterly trying to get West Virginia back within striking distance here. You know, if they can just get within single digits here by the end of the third quarter, this could be a different ball game, but you got to get a stop.
Yeah, you got to chip away, and right there they couldn't figure out what they were doing on the ball screen. So
Emily Ryan stole the ball but missed, couldn't convert. Samuel misses another three-pointer. Still, West Virginia has only made 1 three-pointer in this game, but Iowa State's cooled off too. They're 1 for their last 7. Samuel takes it right into Jordow. Good defense by Jordow, and Samuel picks up the foul.
Well, West Virginia's moving the ball a lot more and making Iowa State have to defend. So, and then West Virginia on the other end is really stepping up their defense. You see they're not giving as much wide open threes, and Iowa State is taking it to the basket.
We're at Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City, just about a 4-hour drive south of Ames, Iowa, down I-35. And whenever the Big 12 championship has been in Kansas City over the years, there have been a lot of Iowa State Cyclones fans that make the trek down. And sometimes we have called it Hilton Coliseum South, and it certainly seems that way tonight.
Well, it's fun to see. It's a great environment today, great atmosphere, great for women's basketball.
They love their women's basketball in Ames, Iowa, for sure, and the entire state of Iowa, for that matter.
They sure do, and University of Iowa's really had a great year as well. So
yeah, the Iowa Hawkeyes won the Big Ten Tournament Championship as well as shared the regular season title. And finally, West Virginia is able to get another three-pointer to go down. Now, Madison Smith took a spill, and she was a little slow to get up.
Yeah, I don't know if she got hit.
We'll take a look back. I believe it was a screen. So Madison Smith gingerly going over the sideline, holding the back of her head. We still have not seen Kari Nyblack. Thought that she might play in the second half, but she has not played at all. She is an all Big 12 honorable mention player. There's no reports of an injury, just a coach's decision that she is not playing tonight.
I'm going to tell you what, she has been very active on the bench and encouraging with her teammates.
Quinterly stops, pops, gets her own rebound. She knew immediately it was off and went and got it. It's a jump ball, possession arrow, West Virginia. There is no quit in Quinterly.
No, there is not. And I love that Iowa State fans. I love the officiating right now. They're letting them play.
And a foul called there as Gray gets the inbound. So the shot, and there's Kari Nyblack cheering on her teammates, brings West Virginia within 10. And Gray will go to the free throw line. The foul was called on Ashley Jones, her first foul. It's only the second free throw attempt of the game for West Virginia. They've made both of them, and it's a 9-point ball game.
Yeah, West Virginia's on a little roll right now. They're on a run.
Yeah, 6-0 run, actually 14-2 run over the last 4.5 minutes for West Virginia. Denarski gets the long rebound.
And those are rebounds that West Virginia's got to wrap up, because you can't give Iowa State another possession. They're going to score on another possession.
8 on the shot clock. Denarski sees a crease in the defense. Too strong off the backboard. Gray can't get that to fall.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the shot that Coach Carey wanted.
And a reach-in foul by Gray. No basket for Ashley Jones. But you could see where Iowa State has not shot well as of late. They're 0 for their last 7. They're trying to get Ashley Jones posted up inside.
Yeah, and this has been an up and down, a good pace, good tempo. Could be a little winded, but just trying to get an easy bucket, and that's what you do. When you need an easy bucket, you go inside.
Everybody spread out for Ashley Jones to make her move. Short on the attempt. Martinez.
Nice D.
Aubrey Jones gets a hand on it. Transition opportunity here for the Cyclones. The dish off a little too low to Ashley Jones, but it's a kicked ball. So it'll be Iowa State ball with 24 on the shot clock. Just 1:16 remaining here in the third.
And that's what Iowa State, she played in between. It's just sagging, playing in between, and she got the steal.
Aubrey Jones, no.
Yeah.
And a foul inside.
And that's what West Virginia has to do. They've got to attack the basket. That wasn't bad defense. Quinterly just created the contact.
So Quinterly was fouled by Naidu. And Quinterly will go to the free throw line. He's a 67% free throw shooter on the season, makes that one. And makes the second. So West Virginia hasn't gone to the line a lot, but they've made all 4 of them. Iowa State, on the other hand, they're 1 of their last 15 from the field. That one was a three-pointer. They're 1 for 7 from three-point range here in the third. Short from Denarski. And it was last touched by Martinez. An unfortunate break for West Virginia. Iowa State led by as many as 21 points.
Wow.
Martinez has it stripped away. Iowa State, 1 of their last 17 shots now.
Well, they're very thankful they built a lead up in the first half, because they were on all cylinders.
Ashley Jones going to work against Savannah Samuel. Well, it looked like it went off Ashley Jones' leg.
It did.
But they're going to get another crack at it with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Aubrey Jones defended well by Martinez. Here comes West Virginia. They've got time. Quinterly up ahead to Gray. Another tip in. No! Oh! Wow. A couple of good looks for West Virginia. Iowa State led by as many as 21, but Mike Carey's squad has chipped away to make it a last 12 shots, 1 of their last 18, as you look at the shooting in the first half compared to the second half.
Well, West Virginia has taken shots that they can make. So they're outscoring Iowa State. So when you score, what does it do to your defense? It just ramps it up, and West Virginia's defense has been really, really solid.
They go inside to Donarski, and everything has been tough for the Cyclones here in the second half.
Yeah, and Donarski doesn't miss that shot too often. That kid she's the X factor for Iowa State. She just does a little bit of everything.
Quinterly drives the baseline, rises up. Naimir Dew comes away with the rebound. She's got 4 rebounds. Iowa State actually out-rebounding West Virginia 38-29. Iowa State made 9 3-pointers in the first half. They've only made 1 in the second. Now make that 2.
Yeah, and it came off a help. They helped in, and you gotta respect every one of Iowa State's players that can make the 3.
I mean, of all the guards that hit 3-pointers for Iowa State, Naimir Dew, she does shoot 34%, but she is not the biggest weapon from 3. When she's hitting 3s, that's a good sign for Iowa State.
Exactly.
That one gets away from Morgan Kane as Gray gets an easy layup.
West Virginia's defense is just swarming, and it's just causing Iowa State to play faster than they want to play.
If you're just joining us, Kari Nyblack has not played the entire game for West Virginia. She's an all Big 12 honorable mention player, but has not played tonight. Ashley Jones gets the rebound off the Donarski miss, and then Hemingway with a hard foul.
Yeah, I mean, she's just got to go straight up. And get out, and Smith sees her out and pitches it out, and they get an easy 2, and you got to be rewarded scoring off your defense.
That's the second foul for Hemingway. This is the first free throw attempt of the night for Ashley Jones, as she creeps up to be closer to being the all-time free throw leader in Iowa State history. Now she's just 1 away from tying it and 2 from breaking that record. But more important things to worry about right now is winning this game and advancing to the semifinals. Last year, it was the other way. West Virginia was the number 2 seed. They played the number 10 seed, Kansas State, and it came down to a last-second play. West Virginia did advance, but it was a close game. Gray hitting that layup for West Virginia.
Yeah, I love that drive. That was aggressive. That was athletic.
Quinterly called for the foul. That's going to be her 3rd foul. Ashley Jones has 13 points and 11 rebounds. It's her 15th double-double of the season for the all Big 12 first-teamer. They post her up on Samuel. Use that ball screen again for Emily Ryan. Ashley Jones short on the 3-point attempt. She tries to hustle, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it probably was a little bit of a quick shot for Iowa State, but that's what they do. But time in possession, maybe that was a pretty quick shot for them. No.
And an offensive foul called on Gray.
Great defense. Just stood her ground. Great defense. Stood her ground.
It's a second foul on Gray.
So she just pushes, just leans out of the way. You got to call that. Just created space. Emily
Ryan trying to turn the corner, short. ball screen action has been tough because West Virginia is defending it well. In and out for Samuel. A lofting pass up to Ashley Jones. She waits for the defenders to clear short. Everybody was around Ashley Jones that time. Quinterly blocked by Emily Ryan.
Wow, just two great back-to-back defensive possessions.
You know, this game started out with lots of offense for both teams.
It did.
But it has definitely become a defensive battle here in the second half. And that one slips away from Ryan.
Wow.
Good pass to set up Samuel. And a timeout called by Mike Carey as his squad draws within 6. Fans are getting ready, being entertained by this close game. Anytime you're in tournament play, you're always hoping for close games for your next opponent, right? But they have to fight hard.
Right.
And no matter who wins, they want them to fight hard.
Just want to get them wear
out, yes. Iowa State was so hot in the first half. 9 3-pointers made, but in the second half, just 2 3-pointers.
Now see,
and they're only shooting 1 for 6 from the field overall.
See, now as I'm a coach, that foul right there drives me crazy because they've been really banging and battling and they let it go, and then that's called, and that's
and that's the 3rd foul on Ari Gray.
Yeah.
Jones tries to slide between a couple of defenders, can't score it.
Yeah, they're just West Virginia's doing a good job of going straight up.
West Virginia's done all of this without Kari Nyblack playing the game. She averages about 8 points a game, as well as 4 rebounds, but she has not played today for West Virginia. Looks like Ashley Jones looking for someone to pass to. Emily Ryan takes it inside, and this time is fouled by Gray.
Yeah, Mike Carey's just go straight up. That's what he's basically saying.
Eastern, the winner of this game will play the winner of Kansas State, Texas. That will be our upcoming game. At the free throw line is Emily Ryan, 85% free throw shooter. Iowa State and West Virginia combined have not missed a free throw. Iowa State is 7 for 7. West Virginia is 4 for 4. And this pro-Cyclone crowd is loud right now. Jordow with a big rebound.
It was a good look. Just didn't go down. Good look.
Iowa State, after shooting 47% in both the first and second quarters, shot 19% in the third quarter and have just shot now less than 14% in the fourth. Shooting has just gone cold, but they still holding on to an 8-point lead. They led by as many as 21 points. West Virginia chipped it away to a 4-point deficit. Samuel with an offensive rebound. She'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, so Iowa State is just forcing West Virginia to have to make an outside shot right there. And so what do? West Virginia gets an offensive rebound and a putback. So
Jordow picked up the foul, her first. And Samuel, a 61% free throw shooter on the year, makes the first. And that's the first missed free throw of the game by either team.
Haven't shot a lot either. It's been a pretty clean game.
Ashley Jones only has 2 points this half. Both of them came at the free throw line, and Emily Ryan worked for that one.
That's tough. Used the screen, got held up, just kept her dribble, kept her composure, finished the play.
Emily Ryan now with 12 points and 6 assists. Martinez trying to keep it alive. Madison Smith able to save it. They still got 12 on the shot clock. Quinterly, nice little hesitation move, and then a foul on the shot. Emily Ryan, we've seen her work hard the entire second half. These shots have not come easy, but this time she muscles it in.
Well, watch her. She has a little hesitation move and just keeps moving, finishes the play. And a great screen. The screen just holds the defender up just a little bit to get a little edge. And she finishes, doesn't panic, doesn't pick up the basketball until she knows she can deliver.
Quinterly makes her first free throw. She's got 14 points now. She's 5 of 16 from the field, hasn't made a three-pointer, and she's 5 for 5 now from the free throw line.
Yeah, and so you see West Virginia picking up a little full court press, just trying to put pressure on the ball early.
7-point lead for Iowa State as we approach the 3-minute mark, and the seas parted that time for Emily Ryan.
Yeah, just spread the floor and just had a little rub screen. Didn't set a ball screen, just rubbed off the player.
And Bill Finley clenched his fist after that one. Finally, a play that freed somebody up. But Martinez scores at the rim, and she'll go to the free throw line. Let's look back again at that play by Ryan.
Yeah, so what has Iowa State been doing? Setting ball screens. So when they get ready here, they just cross. It's just a little rub screen. And it happened so quick. West Virginia wanted to switch and just didn't switch in time. Gave her a wide open layup.
Martinez can't complete the three-point play. She's got 15. Quinterly has 15 for West Virginia. On the other side, Iowa State led by Emily Ryan with 14. Ashley Jones has 13. Donarski 11. So all of the All-Big 12 first-teamers have double figures for Iowa State. Due, short. Ashley Jones gets a hand on it. And they call it a jump ball, much to the dismay of the Cyclone fans in attendance.
That's a good call.
Possession arrow, West Virginia.
That was a good call.
Madison Smith has been a little quiet today. She had a terrific game against TCU in the first round with 19 points, but just 2 points for the senior point guard. There she is with the ball in her hands.
Well, look who's guarding her, Donarski, who's the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. So
that one goes out of bounds off West Virginia. That's a great point.
Yeah, that shows you the impact that Donarski has on people when she defends.
Emily Ryan has it stolen away by Quinterly. This time I think they're going to call it on Ryan. We saw a play similar to that earlier where Quinterly dove and got called for the foul.
Right.
This time Emily Ryan gets called for the foul.
Yeah, this place is going crazy. Yeah, I don't know. The one we saw earlier, I thought was not right. And this one, I'm not sure that was right. So.
But each player got a foul called on.
That's right. So it equals out.
Kind of evens out at some point. 2 minutes remaining. 7-point lead for Iowa State. West Virginia has gotten as close as 6.
West Virginia needs to score right here to keep it interesting.
Quinterly kicks out to Gray. Gray challenges Jordow.
Yeah, and I would anticipate Iowa State's just going to use the clock. They're really good at doing that. They'll spread the floor. There's a lot of ball handlers out there. Just taking care of the ball, get a shot deep into the shot clock.
8 on the shot clock. Donarski changes directions, misses the layup. 1:15 remaining. Madison Smith can't get it to go.
Good luck. Good luck.
Boy, I thought that was going in.
Dude.
Emily Ryan going to try to use all the shot clock. We're under a minute to go. Iowa State, it has not been pretty. They've only shot 34%. Dew goes to the opposite side, can't score it, gets her own rebound, throws it too hard.
Wow.
This is where they can pull it out and use some time.
Both teams are battling still.
Dinarski, no. Martinez kicks ahead. Smith has a 2-on-1 to Gray. Gray cuts the lead to 5. It's as close as West Virginia has been. They've been behind by as they can advance the ball. They still have 3 timeouts remaining if they can't get it in. And Iowa State has completely spread the floor with targets for Emily Ryan here to get the ball inbound. Quick pass to Dinarski, and Dinarski is fouled. Dinarski, one of those good free throw shooters. They all are, really.
I was going to say that, yeah.
82.5%. Has she been to the line today? No. So in that way, they're sending a player to the line that hasn't been to the free throw line today, but it doesn't matter. She makes that.
No.
Iowa State hasn't missed. They're 8 for 8 from the free throw line.
Hasn't been a lot of free throws shot today.
Dinarski makes the second, and West Virginia calls their last timeout. Down 7, so they can advance it to the front court. He's actually shot a better shooting percentage.
Yeah.
And typically, if Iowa State's in a game where their opponent outshoots them, they're 6-5 in those games. So, I mean, they've really had to grind this one out against the West Virginia defense.
Yeah, West Virginia just started too late.
Martinez, though, says we're not done yet as she draws West Virginia within 4 with that three-pointer.
Where's that been?
Texas, the winner of this game, will play the winner of that game in the semifinals. Emily Ryan able to get it into the hands of Lexi Dinarski, and Roy Gobayan, one of our officials, is pointing toward the clock. Our officials tonight, Mai Forsberg, shouting to the scores table that it should be 16.4 on the clock.
Didn't stop it soon enough.
So Lexi Dinarski had just made 2 free throws the last time down. She misses that. That's the first free throw Iowa State has missed in this ball game.
I think it's only second free throw of the game, is it not?
Second one missed by either team.
Right.
So Dinarski makes the second. Iowa State up by 5. Gray for 3. And Emily Ryan comes away with the rebound. She's going to try to outrun all the West Virginia players. And then a foul by Quinterly. They couldn't chase down Emily Ryan, and so Quinterly.
Well, Quinterly, I'm positive she didn't know how much time was on the clock. She's playing to win and thought there was more time on the clock.
So with .4 on the clock, they send Maggie Espen-Miller-McGraw to the free throw line.
And that's a teaching moment. That's.
And that's the ball game. Iowa State, the number 2 seed, survives the big comeback by West Virginia and advance to the semifinal. They'll play the winner